Learned a long time ago that there's no sense getting all riled up every time a bunch of idiots give you a hard time. In the end, the universe tends to unfold as it should. Plus, I have a really large penis. That keeps me happy.
Now, what you've got here is a scrotum and nothing else.
Vagina.
My mind is a raging torrent, flooded with rivulets of thought, cascading into a waterfall of creative alternatives.
God darn it, Mr. Lamar. You use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore.
Probably late. Oh, Friday night time. Radical light and highly organized. It's Friday night time. Friday night times. If you're still not offended tonight. Oh, Friday night times. Rest assured that the chances are high.
I don't know what happened there. Probably because I'm using stupid Chrome right now. Let's do it again. Hello! And welcome to a special Thursday Nerdrotic Nooner, because I was driving all day Monday to get home to you. I drove all night to get home to you. Welcome, everybody. But before we even get started, let's take care of some business. Let's take care of some business, and then I'll say hello to you all. Because this episode on Rumble, hello Rumble, and Nerdrotic Live, is brought to you by 1775 Coffee, which is ethically sourced coffee, not ethnically sourced coffee. Or it might be. You never know. You never know. Ever had a cup of coffee that makes you feel younger? 1775's Rejuvenant Roast is bold, dark roast, infused with CAAKG, the same compound studied to reverse biological age by up to, not down to, up to 8 years. It's like giving your cells a tune-up without needing a cold plunge or a biohacker's lab or buying mystery powder off a late-night infomercial. I bought some mystery powder before, but it wasn't from a late-night infomercial. It's like giving your cells a... I read that part. Jesus Christ. The coffee hits hard, tastes great, and helps fuel recovery, clarity, and long-term strength, all without drinking grass or chewing on mushroom bark. Is there such a thing as mushroom bark? No synthetic junk, no mystery blends, just one proven ingredient added to small batch, single origin coffee ethically sourced, roasted fresh every week. And every bag supports free speech, freedom of choice, and creators who actually call out the circus, not dance in it. I like that. You're not just funding a mega brand with pronoun policy. You're backing real people making real products that actually work. Go to 1775coffee.com, grab Rejuvenate, and use code Nerdrotic for 15% off. Feel sharper, stronger, younger. It will never stop until you are dead. Sorry. And know you're fueling the companies that actually give a damn about your health and freedom. 1775 Coffee. Thank you very much. I will take a sip. Hang on. I just became 10 seconds younger. Right before your eyes. Right before your eyes. Let's see who's here. Freedom of choice. That's what we got. It's a damn good Devo song. What's up, Tex Caliber, D Breezy, Jens Anderson. I can't read the rest of that because it went so fast. Sorry. Cooley Baba, Brandon, MWG Gaming, Mr. Brown Alliance, Lord Thoth and his wrench, Nick XH, Dalek, Russell 01. Daleks have more personality now and are more understanding. I'm actually rooting for him. Corbin Dallas, Multipass. Corbin Dallas, Multipass. I was talking about Fifth Element yesterday. Unfortunately, I have to watch the freaking Andor. I would rather watch that, but yeah, we'll talk about that. James I. Fowler. Hi. George. Hertz Donut. What's up, Hertz Donut? Thumbs up 1981. Rise and Razor Hammond. Fra. Core member. You son of a bitch. If you are not familiar with core member 123, he hates me for some reason. I don't know. Could be something from the past. Could be something from your past. Listen, core member, I told your mom it wasn't going to work out. We were like 16 at the time. We were young. You know, I'm sorry. Dalek Russell 01, Pete Papa's, D's nuts. The Singing Tigs, Rise Again. Not Rise Again, but Rise Again. Because I said hello to him twice. Jay Wade. What is up, everybody? Razor burn. I don't have a razor burn problem anymore. I used to when I shaved. Don't have that problem anymore. I don't. Hail chat. What is up this lovely, it's still morning here, Central Time, here in a lovely Texas, just outside the hill country, the beautiful hill country. Somewhere around San Antonio. Somewhere around there. It's been storming. It's been great. My front lawn looks magnificent. And you know, you're old when you wake up in the morning and you sip some 1775 coffee like this, get younger. Say good morning, kiss your wife, and the first thing I do is walk to the front door and take a look at my lawn and just go, yes. Yes. It's the little things in life. And you know what? I haven't had an opportunity to say get off my lawn, but I'm waiting for it. Lady Aaron D, I am waiting for it, and I will love it when it happens. But yes, I have a lot. Like having a lawn is something I never thought I'd have. Will I move again from Texas? Asked Holton. No. Maybe eventually, if it's in the cards, you know, get another place. I mean, we kind of have one now in Wisconsin through unfortunate events. But yeah, we'll probably have another place in another state that will not be California. I'm never returning there, but I will not move from Texas. No, this is where I live. I like it here a lot. I have a short 5-minute video on the news about Coogler's X-Files reboot. If you're interested, It's the next thing he's working on, and Gillian Anderson may return. I excuse me, sorry to DSP you there. I really enjoyed Sinners. I did. More than I thought I would. I mean, I didn't think I would hate it, but I thought it would be just like, hey, okay, this will be a fun little vampire movie. Let's go. We all know that it takes place in Mississippi in 1932. I was also curious because it was the movie that killed Blade. And I was told this by people at Marvel, because Blade was going to be very similar. It was going to take place in the 30s. That was also the version where he was surrounded by 4 women. We just spitballed on Friday Night Tights, as we tend to do, and came up with a much better plot. If you want to do it in the 30s, for one, whatever, we know what they're leaning into, but at least let's lean into it right. Let's make it KKK vampires, and like Blade versus KKK vampires. I am fucking down. Let's fucking go. That would be fun. It's kind of like that. The KKK's in it. It's basically takes place outside of a little town outside of some sharecroppers, where we're still transitioning, 80 years later from slavery, and they're all picking cotton out there, and it's about 2 twin brothers who went up to Chicago, worked for the mob, and screwed over the Italian mob and the Irish mob to steal some money so they could come down and buy their own club and make a juke joint. So the movie's about the blues. It's about music. It's about the kind of the origin of the blues. They mix that in with a vampire story. It's very much From Dusk Till Dawn. You go to a club about halfway through the movie, a little over halfway through the movie, gets attacked by vampires. The vampires, what I think Coogler did very well was give you enough information about the vampires to where you wanted to know more about, but they're basic vampires. They have to be invited in. They burn. They don't like garlic. I'm sure this has been done before. I can't remember right now, but what they add to the lore is, like in Buffy, the demon takes over your body completely. In this, the demon controls everything and cohabitates the body with the soul that's trapped inside. And the only way to free it is to kill the vampire. And the main vampire is an Irish guy. And they all like, even like I said, it's surrounded by music. So they have the juke joint and the vampires, the twin brothers, they set this all up. They have their little cousin who's like, a virtuoso with the blues. And they bought him his first guitar, and they're really helping him out. They want him to, to do these are like bad people, but like, are typical 30s mobsters. Like they look out for their family and stuff. And Michael B. Jordan does a really good job playing 2 twins, playing a pair of twins differently. It was pretty good. It was really well done. Like there's a great scene where he's rolling up a cigarette and he hands it to himself, and it looks really good. It looks really good. The cinematography for this movie is brilliant. It's brilliant. So I think you finally get to see what Coogler has been is a hired gun. I think he did a good job with Creed. I think before this movie, that was his best movie. He put together a Marvel product for Marvel, a couple of them. One was very successful, very overrated, but very successful, but it's not the worst. It is not the worst Disney Marvel movie at all. And was one of the greatest marketing schemes ever created by a company, which was you'll fight racism if you watch Black Panther. Then he did Wakanda Forever, which was just horrible exploitation of Chadwick Boseman. They fucked up Namor. It was a terrible, terrible, terrible movie. Coogler goes on, does his own thing, does the Sinners thing, and that's where I think he belongs. Because for the first time, I saw that, he's a real director. He's a real director who can do stuff on his own, is probably much better. Fly Be Free Ryan. I mean, the whole point of the movie Sinners is about freedom and how we're all not free in certain aspects, and we're free in moments. And that really gets signified at the end of the movie. And I think the cinematography is amazing. It's a little choppy. The story's a little choppy. I wish they would have done more with the KKK. I mean, the KKK's in it for a little bit, and it's kind of tagged on at the end. And it feels like they could have done more. And I agree with Chris. It could have been a little longer. It's a long movie. It's 2 hours and 17 minutes, but it moves fast. Like, it's a really well-paced movie. They really set up the Haley Steinfeld part pretty well. And yeah. Oh, and there's no good white people in it. But they do a really good job of making the thought of being a vampire alluring. They really spell that out pretty well when everybody's in the club and the vampires are trying to draw them out, and they're like, well, yeah, we're going to kill you, but you're going to come back to life and live forever, and you'll actually be a part of a family. And look at this world you're in right now. I mean, this is kind of a shitty world. We can, if our numbers grow, we can take out the KKK and we can have our own thing. We just can't go out, during the day and all this other stuff, typical vampire stuff. But, the humans in it realize that no, that's no way to live, and fight the vampires. There's a twist in it that you probably all know. I don't want to give it away. Yeah, it's pretty good. I liked it. It's the second best movie I've seen in the theaters this year. Now, the first best movie I saw was the biggest flop, and it technically came out last year, but I didn't see it till this year, was Better Man. Movies in the theaters this year have been shit. And, people love a Minecraft movie, and that's fine. You can love it. Not made for me. I went and saw it. It was, I didn't enjoy the experience at all. And, I have a lot of respect for the Minecraft game, because my son loves it. And he was really creative with it. So I love the game just because my son loved it. But, yeah. And it became a meme movie. And that's what I think, Oppenheimer and Barbie became meme movies. Oppenheimer is a good movie. I don't think it's Nolan's best. I'm not a big fan of biopics. I think they really brushed past the whole communist thing. I think they brushed past that a little bit. Robert Downey Jr. was great in it, though, and he deserved his award. Barbie, I, again, understand why people enjoyed it, but it was a meme movie. There were meme movies. We'll see how the sequel does. Quick reminder, Greta Gerwig wrote fucking Snow White. So let's not forget that. But movies are in bad shape. So it's good to have something, I'm going to put in serious air quotes, original like Sinners, which it's really not. But being From Dusk Till Dawn, one of my favorite movies, is not bad if you do it well. The fact that From Dusk Till Dawn is not in 4K is a fucking crime. It's a fucking crime. I love that movie. It's a George Clooney movie that I like. I like a couple of George Clooney movies, actually. Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou is the shit. Love that movie. And Ocean's 11. George Clooney is a fucking idiot, but and somehow has the power to dethrone a president. I mean, good, but I was thinking, it's totally random thought, thinking about Biden. Y'all, somebody out there read Dark Knight Returns? Sure, some of you have read Dark Knight Returns. You remember Ronald Reagan in Dark Knight Returns? That was Biden. That was fucking Biden. I didn't think about it until I was on my walk. I'm all, oh yeah, that was fucking Biden, not Reagan. Alzheimer's Reagan was still smarter than Biden at full strength. Okay. Let's be fucking real about that. One of the best Saturday Night Live skits is Phil Hartman's Reagan, where he's like doing the press stuff and he's acting like the the sweet kind of spacey old man. He's, oh yeah. And then like soon as they leave, he's all right, this is what we're gonna do. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, that I believe that, Mikey, because there is what's going to happen is we're going to get AI created 4K. It's going to be cheaper for like transferring that. Robert Meyer Burnett will tell you, and I will tell you. He's worked on it way more recently than me, but back over a decade ago, I used to work in compression and editing and making menus and quality checking. My official position was made up by Technicolor. It was called a pre-mastering technician, and I was kind of like the last line of defense. So mostly QC, but I also did a lot of other shit around. Did some contract work too, and it's a very expensive, extensive process that requires a lot of people that AI could just wipe out, absolutely wipe out. Now, your 4Ks in the beginning and are now even by people aren't going to be transferred right, aren't going to look like they did in the theater, aren't going to look like the 35 millimeter or 7, depending on how it was shot. But eventually it'll work it out, and it'll be better than watching 480p Buffy, which is what, the fact that like Buffy, which gets streamed a lot, by the way, does very well on streaming. Doesn't have, it has a remaster out there, but it's shit. It's like utter shit. And that was done by people. I think AI will probably, a lot of people in Hollywood are going to hate to hear that. Sorry. AI is going to make it possible. Now, are they going to continue to make 4K? I think they'll do like artisanal stuff and third-party stuff, because there's people like me who will just buy it. The remaster of Buffy is unwatchable. It is unwatchable. There's fucking boom mics. There's a whole video of like how Mahler showed it to me of how fucked up it is. Oh, do I like Andor? Not yet, but I am on episode 5. I admitted this then. Okay, for one, some of the CG is a little shoddy. Some people go, it looks beautiful. I'm just like, no, in the beginning, in the first episode, the ship taking off looks like shit. But the sets are good. The droids are good. The very grim world is well put out. They have good people working on it. Good, talented people. Tony Gilroy's a fucking idiot, but when it comes to like how you look at life, God, British people can be so miserable sometimes. And I talk to him all the time. But Tony Gilroy, Jesus Christ, the way he looks at the world. We'll talk about that in a second. But I think it was Toby Haynes directs an episode. He's directed some fucking good Doctor Who episodes. He's and Black Mirror episodes. He's good. And I thought Toby Whitehouse should have been the one to take over Doctor Who over Chibnall. But Haynes is a good director, a good TV director. So like they have decent people working on it. Yeah, it's not the worst Star Wars ever made. I'm just not super engaged. It is Star Wars without its soul and sense of adventure. But that could change. It is kind of cool seeing like kind of how things work. But that was all done, I think, better in what few EU novels I read, and mostly because I read a few, nowhere near what Ryan's read, but I've read a lot of Dark Horse comics, and they did shit better. Now, some of those Dark Horse comics were based on novels, but yeah. But I'm on season 1, so I'm gonna plow through it today, and by Friday Night Tights, I will be caught up. That is 15 episodes. I was gonna watch some last night, but my hand accidentally slipped on the remote and went to Paramount Plus, and I caught it by Mob Land instead because Mrs. Nerdrotic did not want to watch Andor. So we watched Mob Land, and holy shit, that's pretty good. I'm not gonna say it's as good as The Gentleman. It's way more gritty and dark. But Tom Hardy's fucking great in it. Pierce Brosnan is an evil fucking bastard, and Helen Mirren is Satan, basically. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, I just finished episode 4. I can't wait for episode 5 because that little thing at the end. There's one more thing. You have to go to the funeral. Oh, man. Blame and credit goes to the wife. Yeah, but there's a great scene where you feel like, oh, man, Pierce is getting cucked. And he just turns around and goes, you know what? You might be a good lawyer, but don't forget I'm the fucking judge. That was good. That was good. And he had a great scene in episode 4 where he's legit, like you start to see like, oh, he's the bad guy. We're following him, but he is definitely the bad guy. So we'll see how this works out. I mean, they're all bad guys, but there's like bad guys we root for and bad guys we don't. And it's really well done. And it keeps you guessing. Like there's a couple things like I have to rewind this. And I don't mind that. Like I have to. Do I think 24 is a better show than Andor? Yes. 100%. 100%. Andor, the big talk is Gary doesn't answer comments unless you super chat. All I've been doing is answering comments here. So the big talk about Andor is the rape scene, which I have not seen. So, I mean, I honestly can't comment on it until I see it. I've seen the arguments of people being upset. I've seen the arguments of, well, you were okay with killing children and Jabba having sex slaves. And, there's so much more. Rape has been in Star Wars before. That's something I knew. Rape is even insinuated in Tolkien, folks. It is in the Silmarillion. It's lightly insinuated, but it's insinuated. So, do you want it in Star Wars? I have to see the scene to know. I think the bigger story is coming out and saying we're all products of rape. So that's your worldview, Tony Gilroy, is we're all products of rape. And my response was, well, Disney raped Star Wars. That's for sure. That's for sure. But I haven't seen the scene, so I can't comment on it, and I won't comment on it until I watch the scene. And then I'll let you know if it's good or bad or whatever. I mean, you can decide for yourself already. That's fine. But that's the importance of watching stuff. That's why that whole Oscars thing, that thing flew under the radar. And I'm like, guys, I mean, not you didn't think this before, but now we have total confirmation that I'll just keep it to Best Picture, is tainted. They all deserve an asterisk. Every single fucking one. Because people didn't watch all the movies and they haven't. And the Oscars hasn't required it. And it's like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. But you know what? That's Hollywood in a nutshell. They've already proven that they don't want to do the work. Hey, let's take over Star Trek and watch a couple of YouTube videos. That's all the preparation we need. That's all the preparation we need. So, preparation H. That's what they need. So, yeah, I think the bigger story is coming out and saying we're all products of rape. It's like, oh, get the fuck out of here with that worldview. No wonder why Star Wars and I don't know how many people are going to be watching Andor. I'm curious to see if it gets a bump because of the goodwill and all the praise from the first season. And the way it's being released, you're getting 3 episodes at a time, which I honestly think is probably smart for the show because it is so fucking slow. It is fucking slow. Ugh. And the first 3 episodes of season 1, which I've seen before, are like people arguing and walking slowly through a landfill in space. People who live amongst a landfill in space. Like even the trash in The Fifth Element like looked pretty. It's really fucking slow. Mob Land is not slow. That fucking show moves. There is shit going on all the time, and it's fantastic. So if you haven't watched Mob Land, I, after 4 episodes, can recommend it. Hopefully it doesn't go off the rails, but it doesn't look like it. The cast is amazing. Patty Constantine is in it. Mob Land is good stuff. And like, to be fair, I mean, not that Disney deserves it, but like, all roads lead to Jake Skywalker. They're really pushing Diego Luna, who I just think he's anti-Riz. The kids say Riz. I think he's anti-Riz. The side characters are way more interesting. Yeah, Guy Ritchie's like the British. He's going to become the British Taylor Sheridan now. He's just going to produce TV shows and make lots of money. Yeah, if Diego Luna had some swagger to him at all, he looks like the guy who really bought into everything at university from his woke professor in political science class and just looks like a little angry guy. Juan Solo. Minus the charm, personality, and character. Predator Badlands. That's the female predator. Is that what that is? Holy shit. Yeah, Pascal 2.0, but like not as insufferable. I won't say Diego Luna is. I mean, he's like his politics are insufferable, but that's Hollywood, baby. That's Hollywood, baby. I thought the comic, Keanu Reeves comic, Berserk, when I read it 3 years ago, was okay. It was okay. Good art. I supported it, but my support on crowd funds these days are limited to, do you have your shit done? Now, at least we got the book on that one. I did support a Kickstarter for Monty Python's The Holy Grail game and got that in. And I supported Todd McFarlane's Spawn figures, which were fucking awesome. Like really well done. I don't want it like Riz is gay. I say it like ironically. Okay. It's a fucking charisma. Okay. Kiss made a song about it. Gene Simmons sang it. What is my charisma? It's on the Dynasty album, not their best. They had feather boas. They had a disco song that was a hit. It was the beginning of the end of Kiss. Happy Thor's Day. Happy Thor's Day, everyone. But yeah, I'll find out with the whole, and we'll discuss it in length on Friday Night Tides. We got Robot Head coming on, which will be fun. And we'll discuss it then, and I'll have an informed opinion because I will have watched it. I know that's very un-X Twitter, but oh well. Is the Thunderbolts good? I don't know. They do say the Thunderbolts is good. And they being the people who said the Eternals was good and Thor Love and Thunder was good and Doctor Strange Mom was good and Snow White was good. Same people. So I'll just wait to see it. Let you know. I can't get excited about a Florence Pugh led movie when it should be Bucky Barnes leading the movie. We'll see. Maybe it's got some charm. I don't know. I've heard it's an A24 movie, and now I've heard it's a throwback to it's the first good Marvel movie in years since the last first good Marvel movie in years, which was Captain African American, which was the first good Marvel movie in years since the last one. Deadpool and Wolverine was probably the legit one. We hear the same shit over and over and over again, so it's just hard to take them seriously. But hail to the Padres, you're right. But we'll see. My prediction, it will be forgettable. I know that Rosa Parra from Latino Slant said it was good. I wouldn't know because I didn't see it early, nor will I. I'm going to see it Thursday at 2. But the MCU is back again. I think that I think it'll just be if it's competent. I mean, you got to kind of see that as a win for Marvel because they're not really good at the competent thing, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't know if that's a dude predator or a girl predator. I saw somebody say trans predator. They them predator. I don't know. I just know it looks like shit. The predator itself looks like shit. I'd love a good predator movie and a good alien movie, and they do something different. So if they like, we'll see. We'll see. The Predator's the good guy now. The Predator is a dude. There you go. The Predator is a dude. Well, you never know these days. You never know these days. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'll watch it because I'm like, dude, the first Predator movie is all-time great. I didn't like Prey. A lot of people like Prey. I didn't. The girl who was the star, she was in why am I blanking on the name now? God, I hate getting old. I hate getting old, but that's part of the game. Hang, whoops, hang on. Yeah, Legion. How did I forget that? God, you know, when you get old, shit just goes, whew, but then it comes back. Legion. She was in Legion. She was good in Legion. Legion. Good morning. Good morning, chat. We're going to do a square up in a little bit. Just going to chitty chat about the news of the day. Yeah, I guess the rape talk. The rape fucking robot head had the best tweet though. He's all, Boba Fett ship has a new name. It's Rape One. So a lot of rape talk on Twitter, the free speech platform where people feel the need to put an asterisk over the A to say rape. And they do that with kill and fuck. And what's the point of Twitter if you need to do that shit? What's the fucking point? Well, the point of Twitter is that's wild. Look at this random video that I stole from somebody else. What are your thoughts? That's what it's turning into. what is your favorite movie? I'll start. And then they just like, they show like every couple of months, it's the same account showing the same fucking thing over and over. It's like, at least come up with something new. You know, there's nothing wrong with talking about your favorite movie and stuff. I'd rather have that than some innocuous, no opinion. Here is thing. That's wild. What do you think? And nobody gives a shit what you think, obviously. They just want you to respond. And it's also a way to not have an opinion on something and form it later once you've seen the consensus. Like, just have a fucking opinion. Why am I hating on X? Because, I mean, it's annoying. It's annoying. But there's a real easy way to deal with that. Just don't be on Twitter. So, Alien 3. Didn't like Alien 3. There's only 2 Alien movies. I know Razor says there's only 1, but there's 2. There is 2. There is 2. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was looking trying to find that whole George R. R. Martin interview where he says something really stupid, but I mean, that's not new. That's not new, but I can tell you about my book. So I had a meeting yesterday. Final meeting. Things have been signed off. Final specs are being completed. And what we're going to do, because eventually it will be available everywhere. You'll be able to get it on Amazon or Barnes and Noble. But I am gonna I'm gonna do a pre-sale. I mean, I put limited in air quotes. We were kind of deciding on a number to print, and I think we've locked in that number. So we're gonna do it through Ripasend. I still need to talk to them, and I got to put the people making my book in contact with Ripasend. Those 2 kids will get together in the next couple of days, and we'll get the ball rolling. They'll get the specs. They print it out. They fulfill it. We do, once we got the fulfill part like locked in, then we can do the sale of the book. I just want to make sure everything's fucking done, you know? So that is imminent. Couple weeks, 3 weeks, not sure, but it's really close now. And I'll keep you updated, and I'll be talking about it more on FNT. But yeah, I talked to Eric yesterday a little bit, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. But so we do the pre-sale first, and then if we'll see how that goes, right? And then once that's done, it goes out wide to Barnes and Noble and everything. I'm pretty, international sales should be fine. And then I start on the audiobook, which will be out like about 3 months after the release. And it will be different. I will be riffing. It'll be crazy. Thank you. Yeah, I think somebody said congrats. Thank you. It's I hope you enjoy. Is that the right word? I hope you like it. That's it. I hope you like it. So it's a memoir, so it's not like about zippity pow, this is how you succeed on YouTube. No, because I don't have the answer to that. I just don't. I don't check my analytics regularly. I go completely by my gut. There's some weeks where I can make 3 videos. There's months where I'm like, there's not much going on. It's just, and yeah, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't fucking know. But it's basically, I guess, a story about like just a single story about recovery, and it's not supposed to glamorize. Quite the opposite. It's not supposed to glamorize any of it. That's not the point at all. It's actually kind of grim and ugly in some parts. So, yeah, it's just going to be my story. That's all. So I hope you like it. You want to get some so you could scalp some copies on eBay? Maybe I should do that. Like science. Addiction is no cakewalk. No, it's actually not. It's actually the worst way to go through life. I would definitely try to avoid it at all costs. At all costs. I don't know if the graphic novel version. Boy, that'd be a lot of work, Wes. There is art in it. There is art in it by artists. Really good ones. Oh, what's up, John A. Douglas? How's it going, brother? How's it going? Yeah, there's artists, and we'll keep that a surprise. There's one you will definitely know. You will definitely know. There will be some signed versions, and I'll sign anything, almost anything, anywhere. And we'll probably do like a little local meetup for the launch or something. We'll do something. I am going to be in at Dallas Fan Expo because it's close. We're going to do something there too. That's in June. But yeah, I'm just here. Let me see how the rape conversation's going on Twitter. Oh my. Oh, Switch 2 came out today. Moving on. Or no, pre-orders, right? Is it pre-orders? I think the price is outrageous. So I refused to buy something I was never going to buy in the first place. Oh, what happened to poor DS? Oh wait, let's see. Let's check this out. DSP pre-ordered the Switch. Hang on. Let's see what our bro did. Poor DSP gets so much shit. DSP pre-ordering the Switch. This is from Yellow Flash. He tweeted this. I think it's from Memology.
Gear delivery. Confirm. I got it from Walmart. Of all places, I got it from Walmart. We did it, guys. That was a nightmare, but we did it 100%. I got confirmation. It's the standard one. I didn't get the Mario Kart bundle.
But that happiness will soon turn into sadness.
It claims I'm still in line for the Mario Kart bundle. It errored out, and then I didn't get it. But it claims I'm still in line for it. I'm trying to check out at Target. It won't let me check out. Every time I click on it, it just loads endlessly, and then it says error, can't complete the order. Well, just ignore me in the corner looking like an idiot. So here it is from Walmart.com, delivery, pre-order date, my address. There it is, the Switch 2.
Did he put his address
Order
up
total,
there?
blah, blah, blah.
Why did he do that?
100% confirmed.
Is that his P.O. box?
Self-doxed, like you guys don't know my address. It was doxed in 2014, the week that I moved here. You guys already know my address.
Dude, I didn't know that, or I wouldn't have showed it.
But I'm not going to show you my credit card information and everything, but that's it right here. That's the Walmart Walmart pre-order. All right. We're good. Well, everyone, this is the Daily Wrap for Wednesday, the 23rd, 2025. I actually already filmed the Daily Wrap, and it was a really positive, great one. And now I have to refilm this an hour later at 11:16 p.m. to tell you how messed up my situation is when people say things about how Phil over-exaggerates and Phil constantly is just talking out of his butt. So here's what happened today. We had 2 great streams. The first stream was Oblivion Remastered. Great fun. We hit the goals. Then the late stream
Hit
was
the
also a
goals.
great stream of me building the first half of my Lego Piranha plant. We hit the goal again, which means that tomorrow we're doing DSP tries at Chipotle, and that's awesome. At 8:55 p.m., I attempted to get the Switch 2. I was going between multiple different websites, including Best Buy, Walmart, Target, and more. Couldn't get it from anywhere but Walmart. Added 2 to cart. Actually checked out both the Mario Kart bundle and this regular Switch 2. Regular Switch 2 is coming June 5th on release day. The other one is coming June 8th. Great. Checked out, paid, good to go. Finishing up my work, turned the stream off. Okay, I'm going to film the daily wrap. As I'm filming this daily wrap, I announce, hey, I got 2 Switch 2s. What a great day. Everything's amazing. And then I check my email where it proceeds to tell me that both orders have been canceled. Does it say that it's because of an error on Walmart? No, it says, I canceled the orders.
Error.
So I'm currently talking with Walmart right now about someone socially engineered my account on Walmart.com. And through basically very basic information, which it must have been because it certainly wasn't anything crazy, they got access and canceled my orders. So now I don't have a Switch 2. I love it. I was going to get 2. I was going to keep one, maybe give one to my wife, maybe
give one to my wife.
The Switch 2 failed at launch because that's what happened with the Switch 1. Maybe eventually do a giveaway. And now I have nothing. So I want you guys to understand again that when people say that, oh, DSP exaggerates or whatever, no, they actually do this stuff to me. This is why I refuse to give any personal details about anything in my life. This is why I will not film anywhere in my house. I will not do IRL vlogs. Anything that I do,
what
that's
about
information
like sharing your address?
They use to hurt me.
I mean,
so I worked my butt off tonight getting 2 Switch 2s, and now I have nothing because these people screwed me.
Fact that this fucking idiot shared his address, and now I did it. God damn it! Ugh. Wow. Okay. Well, hey, I'm sure he'll get one. I mean, like, listen, it's not like they're never going to make them again. It's not like they're ever going to make them again. It's not like Nintendo is probably isn't lying their asses off and they have some 4-year-old Chinese girl chained to a table making Nintendo Switch 2s, and there's like 200 million of them, and they're all, oh no, we are Nintendo. I'm going to use a bad Asian accent. We are Nintendo. We have very limited supply of Switch 2. Very limited supply. You got to get your Switch 2, guys. Okay. Don't panic. Don't panic. Gary-san say Nintendo did not make a limited supply of Switch 2. They make a fuckload of Switch 2, and they make you think there's a limited supply. It's called marketing. And it works. It works. Hey, look at Epic Universe. Look at everything that, like, people love that shit. People love that shit. That, by the way, Gaming Master Gary here. Gaming streams once a year. All the other gamers are my bitch, including Nintendo gamers. I love Nintendo. Played Nintendo before all y'all. I was playing Donkey Kong when you had to like put a quarter in a machine. That's right. Did you pay your dues? The check is in the mail. The check is in the mail. I had a ColecoVision, motherfuckers. ColecoVision just so I could play Donkey Kong at home. I paid my quarters. That's right. Wait. I paid my quarters. Goddamn right I did. When a quarter was worth something back in the day. When a quarter meant something. When you felt real loss when you lost the game because you lost a quarter. It's $0.25. You could have bought a popsicle or a comic book or a thing of Pringles. I never drive faster. It's like I told my last wife. I never drive faster than I can see. God damn it. This used to be a proper country where quarters meant something. That's 5 nickels. That's right, Chad. That's 5 nickels. And now you got your digital currency and your fucking Bitcoin and your meme coins. What's happened to this country? It's all in the reflexes. You're right, Chad. It's all in the Oh, I was getting, you know what? And you're right. Like your digital currency, your cryptocurrency. I probably have the most boomer take, even though I'm not a fucking boomer. Okay. Fuck boomers, except for the nice ones here. I'm Gen X. All right. I am the do it yourself, leave me the fuck alone generation. And they didn't leave us the fuck alone. And they paid the price last election. Finally, we got off our asses and fucking did something. Yeah, I believe in tangibility. I don't understand or want to understand digital currency in any way, shape, or form. I know some people who've made some pretty good money off it. Pretty smart moves. Still not going to do it. I'm old enough to not give a shit. Good luck in the future. I wish you all the luck in the world and pray we never have an X-class solar flare or some gamma radiation burst from a fucking supernova 250 million light years away. These are all things that have happened on this planet, by the way, that will fry our electrical grid and put us back into the 18th century where, as Gundam predicted, we will be bartering in VHS porn. Pray there isn't a Carrington event. Look it up if you don't know what it is. Y-Files has a great video on it. Hail AJ at the Y-Files, by the way. We had a spectacular meetup. These things are so much fun. 5th year in Vegas. I wanted to thank you all for showing up. The line was ridiculous. So thank you for waiting in the line. I might have a picture. The line was long. I'll tweet it out later. The line was long. We had a lot of people there, and I met, I think, everybody. Pretty sure. We stayed longer. We had an amazing time talking to you guys. It never gets old. I'll never stop doing these. And the fact that we like almost didn't have it this year because of the death in the family. It's amazing that we even had it. We lost the place that we normally go to, subleased their other side of the building, so it wasn't big enough for us to go back to the Millennium Fandom Bar, which is heartbreaking because I love that place. We found another venue. I keep forgetting that it's the horse. The horse. A horse is a horse, of course. What was the name of the venue, Melissa? It was the Horsehide Trailer or something like that. Horse Trailer Hide. What was the name of the place, chat? Sorry. I walked in the place, went to the back, and never left. I got a single taco. It was like being a horse with no name. I want to get the name right because they were wonderful. And I got to thank one person out there who made it happen. Jen, you know who you are. did a lot of legwork for us to help make this happen because it almost didn't. The Horsehide Trailer, I'm pretty sure that's it. Great venue, by the way. Horse Trailer Hideout. That's it. Thank you, Eric K. There it is, right there. I was not close at all. Horse Trailer Hideout, 1506 South Main Street, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89104. Their tacos were spectacular. Spectacular. The staff was fucking great. They stayed longer. They were really patient. Not like in the UK where they kicked us out and we had to finish the meetup across the street. But that was still a great meetup. That was fucking insane. But this was tons of fun. Eric was there passing out his meat. Yeah, you heard me right. Eric was there passing out his meat. I didn't see Ryan the whole night. I didn't see Chris. I had to run over to say hi to AJ at the Wi-Fi showed up, which was fucking awesome with his team and got to meet everybody. Beardo was there. Lady Greymaster was there. X-Ray Girl was there. Quarterback Garrett was there. And I didn't see pretty much any of them. Kara was there. I saw her. She was standing next to me with her hubby. And it was tons of fun. And we will do it again during CinemaCon next year. So if you want to start planning the week of CinemaCon, we do our meetups on Thursdays. And chances are we'll probably just go back to the Horse Trailer Hideout. That's pretty much the plan. We also walked around, got together and walked around on Fremont Street, which was tons of fun. And I made it a couple hours. I was so tired by the end of that. I was like wiped out because I'm old. But the gang went to karaoke, found a second wind, got really drunk. There's a toy store by the Nerd Bar that's owned. I'm forgetting his name. Sorry. He's the comic book aficionado that goes to the Pawn Stars. His toy store is amazing. Utterly amazing. It's that for me, a toy store is not a stack of pop fucking vinyls and some McFarlane toys. Nothing against the McFarlane toys, everything against the pop vinyls. This is a toy store. It was a perfect mix of vintage and new, but like not just normal vintage, like rare, like the USS Flag, the G.I. Joe in box, in a fucking box. I have not seen that since I was a kid. But they had like, the John Deere, like tractors when I was young, 1,000 years ago, that we played with, like the combines and stuff I still had that I played with when I was a kid, like everything. Like it was, and their Star Trek shit was, yeah. Can't remember the name of the toy store, but it's in Fremont Street by the Nerd Bar. And I snuck away and spent a lot of time in there. It is a museum, but you can buy stuff. It's pretty expensive shit. It's pretty expensive shit. All right, let's get the square up part. Oh, lots to talk about. Fantastic Four and the Silver Surfer. Female Silver Surfer. And we'll get that started. Thank you for being here, by the way. And again, thanks for the meetup, and we'll recap that on FNT when everybody's there. Thanks again to the Salty Nerd Podcast for allowing us to use their studios for Forbidden Frontier and their Wi-Fi hotspot, so I could do some work from the hotel room. And of course, hosting Friday Night Tights. They are great. The Las Vegas Podcast Studios in lovely Las Vegas, Nevada. If you want to make a video or they've got recording, you can do a live podcast. They're expanding. They're doing really well, and they're busy. They're busy, which is good. So give them a call if you want to make some content over there. I think it was Toy Shack. It might have been Toy Shack. Thumbs up 1981. It's on Fremont Street. So toy store on Fremont Street. Might have been Toy Shack. There's a lot going on, man. There was a lot going on. Toy Shack is on Fremont. Rogue Toys is between Fremont and the Strip. There you go. Brightest day. Thank you. You always confuse the Salty Nerd podcast with the Sporking News podcast. Well, one has Scotty and the other one doesn't. We love Scotty. We do. We do. Here we go. Dirty Harry Potter for $20 says, I know what you're thinking. Did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Well, to tell you the truth and all this excitement, I kind of lost track of myself. But being this is an Ollivander Magnum, the most powerful wand in the wizarding world, Dirty Harry Potter for $20, and would blow your head clean off, you got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, Snape? Ryan Kinnell for $10 says, I hate that my girlfriend is an insensitive bitch. I guess that's the cost of I guess that's the cost to dating paralyzed women. That is terrible. You fucking asshole. Ryan is a son of a bitch, isn't he? Out there sweeping for Star Wars right now. I'm just kidding, Ryan. Just playing devil's advocate, bro. I'm telling Ryan's mom. Joe, I think if you told Ryan's mom, she would just go, he's my son. I know. Oh, you meant Jeremy. Okay, gotcha. Ryan is not shilling for fucking stars. Stop. Oh, God. That was good. Sorry. I mean, it's terrible, but it's a joke. Mary Power 120 for $25. Hail FNT. Gary is looking mighty dapper. Disparu looks good. Ryan's smile makes me happy. I love you guys. I think Ryan's smile is a little frightening, but I mean, that's me. I thank you. I had a really brilliant jacket on that the fashion expert Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers did not like, called gay, and okay, facts are facts. 2 extremely gay dudes sold it to me. But the jacket's dope. It's a bunch of it's a black jacket with skulls, and then a Jolly Rogers on the inside. It's my pirate death pimp jacket, and I will wear it again when I see Jeremy. I'm going to fucking wear it. And you know, he'll be all, that jacket's gay, while he's in like tight fucking Daisy Duke pre-torn jean shorts and fucking whatever fucking college team is, War Eagle Crocs. They make Croc cowboy boots. I want to get him that so bad. Alabama, Auburn. What's the fucking difference? What's the difference? They're the same picture. Duke Devil 95 for $25 says, thanks to the FNT. Thanks to the FNT for another great Vegas meetup. Shout out to Reverend Gary for conducting the wedding ceremony for Horror Amarada and Sheep City. And congrats to the happy couple. And yes, I tipped just to make sure you say Horror Amarada got married. And she got married by me. That's right. I officiated a wedding. I think they'll probably put up video at some point. That's for them to do. But when they do, I will share it. And yeah, I got an ad read in, and I did it right. And I like, honestly, as far as like, you know, we're talking about lowest common denominator retard here. I read the script pretty well. I read the script pretty well. But congratulations to you two kids. You're married. And you know what? I think this one's going to work out. I think this one's going to work out. They seem to actually like each other. Waldow, this is one of two parts for $20, says, it's all about context, guys. I don't even mind when someone interprets a character differently. I don't even mind if they attempt fails. But what I do have a problem is when the woke mindset that clearly wants to harm me as a white heterosexual man. I don't need any other justification. I know that these decisions are made and that they are made by narcissistic gaslighters with stupid and hostile opinions. And that's enough for me. I don't have to accept the hostile Karenism behind the scenes. No, you don't. Okay. You as a fan, you feel the way you feel. We've always said that around here. You feel the way you feel. If we're going to disagree on stuff all the time, I feel like we shouldn't need to reset this, but we do. Okay, we do. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But when we are disagreeing about the context of a story or a film based on the story's merits and arguing over whether we like it or not, that's normal. God, I wish we could just go back to that. Like, I don't like this story decision. I think this was stupid. I thought that looked cringe. CGI. That's normal shit that's been around forever. The new stuff is it's over politicized. Well, and I think they've always been political. Yes. And as we've said 1,000 times that people refuse to listen because they're disingenuous fucking liars, is it never hits you over the head. And surprisingly enough, lots of Republicans or independents who have never been part of a team like me or classic liberals or whatever, or Christians or Catholics really enjoyed Star Trek and Doctor Who and Star Wars. Catholics watched Game of Thrones. And that's really hard for the Marxist fucks out there, wannabe socialists out there to conceive. It's hard for them. How could you possibly enjoy Sinners? I thought it was a good movie. It was a well-told story. Pretty easy. But you hate black people. Well, except when I don't. Like what? See, they need us. That's why the hyperbolic Nazi thing is just dead now, because they need us to be that. And they know we aren't. And we're just fans who like good stories, but we can still call shit out. You know, you can criticize a black person and not be a member of the KKK. Did you know that? Did you fucking know that? Because they're a human being and they make mistakes. They can be fucking idiots just like we can. But it's really hard for, like, we need to get better critics, but it's really hard for them to conceive that there's nuance to arguments and it goes beyond a thumbnail, and you should probably watch as much as you can, and you may disagree on aspects, but to deny that wokeism is the foundation of the destruction of Hollywood is delusional. It's fucking delusional. It's an unpopular ideology, way of looking at the world. I would even argue an attempted system. It's an unpopular system that people clearly don't like, because most normal Americans, the vast majority, don't like being told what to do, what to think, or what to say. It's the foundation of our fucking country. That doesn't mean we're all going to agree on shit, but we all, like, that's pretty common. When people start demanding stuff, it is just automatic aversion. Automatic aversion. And what we've had a decade of now, since the Obama presidency, coincidentally, which people can believe or not, but there's a lot of ex-Obama cabinet members, ex-Clinton cabinet members, ex-Bush cabinet members, all part of the Uniparty who work in Hollywood now. And when Elon bought Twitter, he exposed there was a lot of state involvement in providers of information. If you think that's any different at any other company that provides any type of information, whether it be scripted or not, which ends up all being scripted, by the way, you're a fucking liar or an idiot. I don't care which one. Either one is bad. Just be honest and go, you know what? No, I actually agree with this stuff. I'm down with authoritarianism. You should wear that mask. You should be locked down. You should be locked up for hate speech, which I will decide what it is, by the way. Oh, wait, the state will. And that's all well and good until you get locked up for it, motherfucker. Hang on just a moment. Hang on just a moment. We had a knock on the door. I'm back. I'm back. No emergency. No emergency. No emergency. I'm back. It was a little knock at the door. No, I was going to do some hold music, but I wasn't going to be gone that long. Sorry. Where was I? Oh, yeah. People, especially after like abysmal failure after abysmal failure, Hollywood is now, I mean, like overall production output money is down 40% in some areas. That's almost half. It's irrefutable. Now, if you want to hang on to an ideology because it's a fucking religion to you, feel free to do it. You're going to have a really fucking hard life. Not being able to, like, sports analogy, sorry. My entire life, I was a Charger fan. You know who was the most critical person of the Chargers? Me and my fellow fans. We fucking talk shit, question every fucking decision. We fucking hated moves they make, hated Dean Spanos, even when he was in San Diego. We questioned everything about it because we wanted the team to be good. And we didn't think that's the good direction. Turns out the fans were right more than often. You had all these fucks making a lot of money. General managers making shitty decisions, and we're like, well, that was a shitty decision. He goes, the fans, you don't know anything about football. Motherfucker, I've been watching football since I was fucking 4 years old. I don't study the analytics as much as you do. But I can tell you, your coaching hires fucking sucked outside of Marty and Bobby Ross. God, I miss Doug Coryell, by the way. But Norv fucking Turner? Fuck. Give me a break. I digress. That's what fans do. That's what fans do. And anybody who believes that fans is just this little fairy and dumplings place where everybody just gets along in a safe space, like you ain't been around fandom long enough. You're still new. Maybe sit down and observe for a little while. But what you never see us do is demand that channels be removed, start mass flagging campaigns by a bunch of flaggers. And because you can, other opinions can exist. I don't care. You can like Disney Star Wars. You can like Andor. I don't really care. Like, rock on. If we had all that power, then Minecraft would have fucking flopped because the majority of us didn't like the fucking movie. But guess what? If you're a human being, This includes me. You can be criticized. You can criticize gay people and not hate gay people. You can criticize the gay agenda and not hate gay people. The only thing I would say is police your own. If you feel that sense of community and you're a closed off community from everyone else, then you need to fucking police your own. And you have a bit of a brand problem right now. And that brand problem has a lot to do with kids. And that is on you to fix, not defend, unless you actually want to defend it and you feel that way. Ain't my problem. All right. We got John Platt for $25. Has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships. Jeff up north for $25 has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships. DK for $25 has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships. WG for $25 has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships. And Blood Vipe and Jesus Davila, orale, they both have gifted 1. We're going to watch Mob Land Sunday night. So we're going to pick up episode 5 for the watch parties on the main channel. In the evening after Forbidden Frontier, I'm going to jump over and we're all going to watch Mob Land together to make up for fucking Daredevil. Cody Gray for $9.99. Much love for driving us. Much love for driving us, Gary. Cheers to the rest. This is Cody, by the way. So I'll read this and I'll tell you what I was driving. Much love for driving us, Gary. Cheers to the rest. Those I met and haven't. I'm back on the road heading to White Sands. Just charged in Kingman, Arizona, with losers protesting MAGA hat came in. The losers protesting MAGA hat came in a clutch. Hail, brother. And I was in. Okay. Cody. Cody's the man. So Cody came out to our meetup. If you met him, he's a force of nature. He's a funny dude. He owned a Tesla truck and he got a little drunk. So I drove him, my friend Jay, and my wife, who were all fucking drunk off their ass, fucking wasted, which is tons of fun. Just tons of fun. I drove a Cybertruck. The only time I've ever driven a Tesla was a Type S across a lot. So I've never driven one on the road. Yes, I work there. Never drove one on the road. So I decided to drive one. He's like, no, I need you to drive because you're sober. I'm like, okay, cool. So, driving a Tesla truck is like driving a really expensive golf cart. The little differences are when you hit the not gas pedal, I was corrected on this, accelerator. It's got some fucking balls. It's got some fucking like that. So you got to be careful on that point. And it doesn't coast like another car. So, you let your foot off the accelerator, you coast a little bit. No, this thing just goes, shoo. It just stops. So you got to keep that in mind. But once you keep that in mind, it's fine. So we're driving. It's fast. I'm like, man, I don't want to like this, but I do. Then he's all, dude, put in self-driving mode. I'm like, I just do it on the freeway. It's fine. You can turn it off whenever you want. I'm like, all right. Just has, my wife in the car, but whatever. I mean, fuck Jay, my friend. No, just kidding, Jay. I love you. So we hit self-driving mode and it's doing great. It navigates a city street. It turns left, gets on a freeway, navigates the freeway. I'm like, dude, my hands are over the wheel the whole time. And then it exits the freeway to get to our hotel. And there was a lot of construction in Las Vegas. Las Vegas is under construction now as much as Texas is. So lots of road changes that might have not updated on the map. So it takes us right off the freeway and there's a frontage road that's separated. So it's like a highway, but it's a frontage road. You know what I mean? So there's 3 lanes going one way, 3 lanes going that way with a meridian in the middle. It gets off, goes by a couple of cones, and turns us right up a one-way street. I'm staring at a bank of headlights that thankfully are stopped at a fucking light. And I'm like, oh, this isn't right. Hit the button, fucking turn right. And amazingly, the car's going the other way. There was a little spot I could get it, and I just fucking booked it. And boom, got out. Actually got praise from my wife, so that's crazy. But yeah. So my mind has not changed at all on the self-driving feature. I will never fucking use it ever again. I'm sure it'll update. I'm sure it's fine, but fuck no. I will drive. I will drive. But the car itself is fucking amazing. And I like how ugly it is. I do. But you drive it with a fucking iPad, right? If you want to go reverse, you swipe up. There's the old-fashioned me is you know what? I miss stick shift. What's up, Iron Oxide? Thank you for becoming a member. What's up, brother? Thank you, Cody Gray. Crispy Mofo 1776 for $10 says, got Doge this week after 18 years in IT for the government. Take some money while I have it. Oh no, that sucks. Go to the private sector. I know they expect results, but try the private sector. Sorry you got Doge though. Crazy Tiger Person for $10. Gary, can you react to Primitive War and give your best opinion about it? I think it has a chance of topping Jurassic World Rebirth. I don't know about that. And hi, Shad, you need to get a War Hammer. Okay, so Primitive War, when's it come out? Or is it out? I saw the trailer and liked it. Oh, shit, it came out. No, wait, it's old. Or am I looking at another thing? Okay, is it not out yet? I don't think it's out yet. I don't fucking know. There's another movie called Primitive War that came out in 2017. So this one is about Vietnam veterans who encounter dinosaurs. It says TBA 2025. Not sure. Is it a fake AI trailer? I don't fucking know. It's on IMDb, but that doesn't mean shit. Here, let's find it. Let me find it. You never fucking know nowadays. Primitive War. Official trailer release. 1.4 million views from Spark Films. It will be released this year, and it is about Vietnam veterans encountering dinosaurs. I don't know if it's streaming. Here, let me just go to the back. Coming soon. That's all it says. So we don't know. Yeah, I'll watch the movie because it looks fun. Looks fun. I mean, it looks low budget, but it looks fun. I don't think it'll top Jurassic World, but that'd be crazy if it did. Would you like a Batman Beyond live action TV show? Movie erotic for $2. If we get sucked through a micro black hole at CERN into a reality that actually cares about making something good, yes, I would. TJ Jordan for $5. Although I am not a shipper, the movie versions of Harry and Hermione had great chemistry that I actually preferred the idea of them getting together. J.K. Rowling talked about that. I think it's much better with Ron because Ron is Sam. And they really took that away in the movie versions, but Ron is Sam. He is a MVP of the story in a lot of ways. And I think the chemistry works better between Ron and Hermione in the book. TJ Jordan, 2 parts for $10, says, I always believed that book Snape never cared for Harry while movie Snape did. There is a clear differences between the two versions. The bad thing Snape does in the books are not in the movies, and Alan's performance adds a layer of more depth to him that's not in the books. No, yeah, Snape never cared for Harry. No. Snape was a complex character. But Harry does name his child after Snape. Sharp for 10 Canadian pesos. Ryan, Darth Maul's return did cheapen the movie, but Darth Maul's storyline was a great example of true hatred consuming someone. And Obi-Wan got brilliantly stoic, I don't care scene out of it. Snape's dog's Bogart will be burning cross. Oh, God. Mud blood or mud crip? I don't know, Snex. I report, you decide. The UK was 97% white, or as Ryan likes to say, the good old days, says Jeremy David. Fan E for 50 Swedish krona. Black Snape becomes a Death Eater, gets a tattoo as proof of loyalty. Voldemort is a gang leader. Well, it's going to be difficult to see the tattoo, so it'll be easier to hide in the show. Yarmouth for $20. Hail, excuse me. Who is the man in a suit? Where's Gary? Where's Gary, Disney? Hashtag not my Gary. Well, I didn't have a tie. I would have wore a tie, so it would have been a proper suit. No regrets. No regrets. Pre-order goes live for Switch 2 on 4/24. It's happening now. It's happening now, and people are going crazy. Wizard Man. Darth Maul's lower half for €2 says, guys, seriously? Yes. Bunch of cucks holding on to nostalgia, says FX Star, $2. Thanks for watching. Welcome to Nerdrotic. Maximus BT, thank you for the 99-cent donation. Jelly Bean's dad for $5. Long-time listener, first time chatting, 4 days sober. All right, Gary, I need to know if it's worth it, that it could be better, and I could be happy that life is worth it. Yes. So, sobriety in the first days is brutal. It's absolutely brutal, but things absolutely get better quickly. You start getting a little more clarity. You'll even hit the pink cloud for a little while. You still have a lot of stuff to deal with, but you'll have the tools to deal with it if you go to meetings. You will have the mental capacity to deal with it because your judgment will not be screwed up by alcohol, drugs, or whatever. And you'll start to feel normal. I don't know if you're drinking. Drinking in particular, you feel like shit all the time. Like all the fucking time. So you'll start like waking up in the morning without a fucking headache, without feeling like shit. And that's a start. Waking up in the morning not feeling like shit is a start. That'll kick in about day 5 or 6, depending on what you're taking, right? If you're on opioids or anything from that, that's going to be a while. That's going to be a month. But the alternative, and I hope this scares the fuck out of you, because that means that's good. The alternative is jails, institutions, or death. It's one of those 3 things all the time. Now, the only question is when. The only question is when. But that is your destiny if you continue to use. And you don't help anybody being in a jail, an institution, or being dead. Whatever pain you were living through, whatever pain you're trying to run away from, you can't run away from it forever. And it does suck. It does suck. But go to a meeting. Go to a meeting. If you really want it, I'm not going to tell you it's going to be easy. But go to a meeting and you'll be surrounded by people who are willing to help you and don't know you from Adam. That's what you need to do if you want to live. There's no future in addiction. It's walking around with a giant demon like sucking out your soul. And the worst ones are the ones that happen slowly. You know, the functional alcoholic. that goes years and years and years and years, and that starts to be damage you can't recover from. Now it's really easy to say, oh, fuck it. Yeah, it is. That doesn't end well, does it? It doesn't end well. All I could say is, for me, I mean, if we want to put a time on it, like things started, I started feeling like life does not get better quick, especially if you've been using for a long time. But like within 30 days, I started feeling healthy again and feeling good and noticing things like the birds chirping, and you lose so much of yourself. You forget like the enjoyment of music, the enjoyment of nature, the sun. It's a lot like being a vampire and a zombie rolled up into one. You start smelling the roses again. And it's little shit like that you got to hold on to. But I will never, ever tell you it's going to be easy. But it does 100% get better than continuing to do drugs and having to deal with dealers and dealing with kicking and having to come up with money or fake prescriptions or all the bullshit you got to go through. You're free. You'll be free. Because right now, as an addict, if you're using, you're a slave. You're a slave. And it sucks. I've been there. Oh, should I buy a PS5 or wait for a Switch 2? I say get a PC. Do we get to call Snape the... I don't know what this means. H. Hinnick yet? I don't know. Grand Potato for $1.99. 2049 is good. See, we can respectfully disagree, Grand Potato. I think Blade Runner 2049 is shit. Gerald Armstrong for $5. Ryan Gosling was excellent playing a racist player in Remember the Titans. I think he's a good actor. I got another, and maybe he was. I can't remember Remember the Titans. I know I saw it, but I can't remember it. Remember the Titans. Dan DeHara for $20. Happy Good Friday, guys. Jesus died for all of us. Even Ryan. Even Ryan. Barely. DJ for $2. Chris Gore or Fat Thor? Chris Gore every time. Chris being gorgeous, says Lord Comet for $2. Gay. DJ for $2. The big Chris Bowski. Chris Snore. So they're memeing on Chris being in the other room, which he could have come in. He could have just switched out with somebody. Fencer Dario for $9.99. Do you think the Sue Storm movie could end up being the straw that breaks the camel's back and finally ends the MCU, especially now that the China money is no longer going to come in? I think, relatively speaking, the straw has already broken the camel's back of the MCU. It will never reach the heights that it once had. Now, there's the law of diminishing returns. So the newness of it, the specialness of it, seeing the first big team up and seeing all these superheroes together, which really hasn't been done in a movie before, was new and fun. But where do you go from there? Well, you start out at the ground floor and you just start telling individual stories and good stories and maybe bring it back together later. But I would work, and they didn't do that. They planned for more heroes and more things, and let's have more women in it. I mean, we're still in the MCU. We're still fucking there. It's unfucking believable that we're still there, but we're still there. Wish we weren't. So the straw has already broken the camel's back. Now, can they repair things and get something steady going that will not reach the heights of before? I'd say that's possible, but you're going to need a new regime. You're going to need a new regime. Because right now the MCU is heading down the road of the comics. I love you all, but Disbrew is my favorite, and Ryan is number 2, says Pigeon Lord of Dirt for $2. That's Disbrew's alternate account. I'm just kidding. It's fine. Dr. Martin Luther Pepe for 20 Swedish krona. Happy Easter, everyone. Hi, Rags. Corn Pop for $1.99. Thanks, Corn Pop. He's a bad dude. Superman is still going to do better than Snow White. Yes, it is, Lord Comet. It is 100%. I think Superman might do better than Fantastic Four. We'll see. We'll find out in July. Hey, guys, I'm just curious if you guys are going to check out Star Wars Theory's new Vader 2 teaser trailer. It just dropped. I will. I'm still catching up on stuff. Starvids, thank you. Madib for $20 says, hey, Shad, what's the difference between a Gambison and an action? Be very descriptive. The rest of the panel will love it. I'll have to ask him that when he's on. Gambison. Oilers Workshop for $19.99. Did you guys go to Red Hook Comics in Vegas yet to see the Nicholson Joker costume? Rob, the owner, got it on Heritage and more. And wore it for his wedding last year. He's a fan. He's a fun dude. We didn't get to go do any comic shopping at all. So I had so much stuff and I was making videos too. Great Shades. Chris Gore says Lord Comet for $2. King of the Wicker People for $4.99. To be honest, I don't care about Gunn's ego. Kojima has the biggest ego in gaming, yet puts out consistent bangers. In my opinion, his ego won't affect the movie. If it doesn't, then good. Then if you can back up your ego, then good. Maddie Metal for £5 Did James Gunn say his Superman is inspired by Top Gun purely because the title has gun in it? Oh, maybe. I've got gonorrhea from the Superman gonorrhea from the Superman trailer, says Jeff. Happy Good Friday, all. God bless y'all in the chat. Thank you. Orangeagotten or orangutan. TJ Jordan for $2. Superman can't go public domain fast enough. 010 Red Rum 010 for $9.99 says, hail, had a great time meeting everyone last night. It was my wife's and I's first time going to a meetup. Oh, welcome. We'll give you the little I hope we're able to go again next year. Thank you, FNT. Thank you for showing up. We appreciate you. And hopefully you can come back next year. James is mentally challenged, Shad, says Ray Gonzalez for $2. Southeastern Kaiju for $2 says, everybody James Gunn tonight. Snacks for $2. Superman 6 starring James Gunn as Abraham Lincoln. Warbrer for $2 says, Beardo would pick James Gunn over Savvy. He would. I mean, that's a fact. Southeastern Kaiju for $2. Shad, crypto is dumb. Also, Shad loves Twilight. Blackguard 4 for $20. Could the media focus on Gunn instead of the plot or characters, but setting up potential for the director's cut if the movie doesn't meet the box office expectations or profit? The studio's way of making money on the movie twice? Well, I think they should always do that. I was never against that. I love director's cuts DVDs that offered the theatrical version and a director's cut. Gave you something a little different. I know some people are like, the artist says the final cut is the final cut. Well, sometimes the artist doesn't have the final cut in his own movie, you know. So I'm for, like, if I'm going to go out and buy a disc, if I can get a little extra, I'm down with it. And that extra could totally suck, but at least they're giving you something a little extra. When it comes to Gunn, I keep thinking of the scene from Being John Malkovich. Same here. John Bohm for $10. Zeitgeist Ruminator for £5 coming to cinemas this July. James Gunn is James Gunn in Derpity Derp. The Superman movie needs more gun control, says Snack. I'll give you that. Superman, the animated series, has a 3-part episode of him meeting Batman, world's finest, with a Joker and Lex team up. Copy that, DC. Harley and Mercy cat fight 2. I love Superman, the animated series. So good. James Gunn's Superman by James Gunn, starring James Gunn, and a special appearance from Superman, brought to you by James Gunn and the studio that brought you James Gunn. Only in theaters, July 25th. Says Double D Bits. The Orc for £5. Speaking of James Gunn, I did see a familiar looking white dog outside a stage where they are filming a female superhero movie at the moment. Yes. Crypto will be in, because it's her dog. It's her dog, basically. He's just dog sitting her dog. Wizard Man for $5. Hail the 199. I've rewatched a lot of Western series, and Godless and the first season of The Sun are engrossing. Both portray how brutal the West can be. The West was very brutal. Ray Gonzalez for $5. I hope one day I find someone to love me as much as James Gunn loves himself. Graph Web for $2 says, for fuck's sake, cancel Disney Plus. Well, they don't got a lot going for it. Andor, $600 million they've spent on the series in total. Yikes. Daredevil didn't chart. I think Andor will chart. I think it will chart. Speed of Walking for $10. Did Gary and Chris Gore swap suits from last night? Yes. Josh Kelsey has dropped $20 because that's what Josh does, but he doesn't say anything. Sergeant Strings for £5 says, have any of you watched The Bondsman? I have not. Nothing amazing, but I thought it was pretty good in the sea of slop we have. I heard not good things, and I heard it's essentially Ghost Rider, which I'd rather just have a Ghost Rider series from somebody other than Disney making it. Cactus for $10 says, I told my friend Born Again is a mid-hand job that ends with Gluck Gluck 3000, but then she has to answer the phone and get up and walks away before you can finish. That's a pretty specific description there. I appreciate that. Ray Gonzalez for $5. Where's the slug girl? Doesn't Johnny have a slug girlfriend? No, I'm never letting that go. Screw you, Marvel. Comics Dad for $5. Not that it is worth anything, but I have on DVD the 2005 Fantastic Four sealed in box. Probably still better than the new Disney Marvel disaster with the flaming torch. The flaming torch. It's also the final days of Passover, the feast of oh my God, the religious people are going to get mad at me. The final days of the feast on unleavened bread, gang. Chag Samich to you all. Thank you. Well, that is past, but thank you. Hope you all had a good Passover and Easter. Movie Erotic for $2. Which Teen Titans or villains would you want in the DCU? I want the Marv Wolfman, George Perez Teen Titans. That's what I'd want. Maybe give a little backstory on the OG. Jeremy is a hypocrite. He banned me from the channel because I said massive bobas are awesome and he only likes big bobas. Fig or. You know, usually I would yeah, Jeremy should ban you. Corrigan for 35 Zardosses. Thank you, though. Or. Disney sucks at doing business. First, they ruined Star Wars, then Marvel, gaslighting the fans that were the problem, and then wonders why their shows and movies are doing badly. Yes, this is the apathy portion of this story, ladies and gentlemen. Vent Kaczynski for $2. Pedro is the king of cuckold posture. He really is. Thumbs up 1981 for $1.99. July should be the best for comic fans instead. It's shit. Yeah. July should be like something we should be like really looking forward to. Comic-Con month. There's a Jurassic Park movie. There's a Superman movie. There's a fucking Fantastic Four movie. We should all be celebrating this. Instead, we're all, at best. What's the Thunderbolts box office projection? Okay. This is from 3 days ago. This is from Forbes. Early Thunderbolts tracking forecast. Soft opening for at the box office. Industry box office projections are on the soft side, the flaccid side, for the upcoming anti-hero adventure Thunderbolts with an asterisk, at least in comparison to other Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. The release of Disney Marvel's Thunderbolts, an action adventure featuring a group of people. You'd have to watch a lot of Disney Plus shows. Early tracking numbers for Thunderbolts with an asterisk, fortunately, don't sink to those depths. Oh, the depths that we were talking about before, Suicide Squad or something like that, whatever. But they're certainly on the lower end of what Disney is used to in making from MCU movies. As of early April, Thunderbolts was projected by the Hollywood Reporter to earn somewhere in the neighborhood of 63 to 77 million, with the target number falling in the middle of 70 million. Box Office Pro's tracking casts a wider net and is a lot more optimistic, projecting an opening of between 65 and 85 million. Okay. Even on the high end of the Box Office Pro's projection, an 85 million opening for Thunderbolts pales in comparison to MCU's previous summer offerings, Deadpool and Wolverine, which are 211 million in its opening weekend of the July box office. So 85 million is worldwide. What made Deadpool and Wolverine blazing opening more remarkable was that it was an R-rated movie that shattered the mold for the previous PG-13 offerings. Instead, Thunderbolts opening on the low end in comparison to 2021 MCU chapter Eternals, 71 point. Ooh, that is worldwide, by the way. But not nearly as disastrous as 2023's 46.1 million for the Marvels. And on the high end is akin to Captain African American's 88.8 million 3-day gross. Well, I mean, to be fair to the Thunderbolts, it didn't cost as much as Captain African American. So if you hear something like a $425 million break even for the Thunderbolts, I believe that. I believe that. I think that's believable. But I haven't heard what's the budget of the Thunderbolts. What is the... Oh, I was under the very false impression that it was like under $200 million. The budget for the Thunderbolts is $200 million. Still on the cheap side for recent Disney Marvel fare, but $200 million budget. Yikes. Yikes. So the break even would have to be well over 550, I would think. Which it could hit. I don't know. I don't fucking know. 500. Yeah. More. They would have to make more than 425. The break even, because you're going to say, all right, let's be nice and say the marketing was only $100 million. Well, that's $300 million budget. You got to times it times 3 because of international ticket sales and the percentage everybody else takes and all the other stuff. But we can say 550 to be fair. And who knows? Maybe it hits it. I don't fucking know. I don't know. We will find out. I know it has been obvious for years, but I was really hoping that maybe, just maybe, Marvel could change. Well, thankfully, we have The Incredibles. Yes, The Incredibles is amazing. Incredibles 2 sucks. Davy Blade Steel for $10. Looks like they cut the middleman out on Silver Surfer and already made her into a Fortnite skin. There you go. Fortnite skin will probably look better. Found the channel via looking for Honest Acolyte review and started binging old FNT. Just watched an episode where Ryan ranted about breadsticks. Yes, I love that episode, by the way. I try to stay away from bread now, because I'm old, but fucking breadsticks at Olive Garden are good. They're good. Vanessa Kirby looks like someone stretched skin onto a skeleton. She's not classically beautiful, which Sue is supposed to be. But Vanessa Kirby's hot. Come on, stop it. She's hot. Just unusual hot. That's all. None of y'all would throw her out of bed. Not a single one of you. Deadpool Kid for $5. Is I Galactus glutton of punishment Galactus, Glutton of Punishment, Easter of Worlds. Galactus Neon Sparkles 2025. There you go. Silver Surfer looks like a chromatic Barbie doll. She looks like an action figure from the 90s. The Corman film is okay. All other FF films sucked. I'm going to wait for some trusted reviews before I pay to see it. If the reviews aren't good, I'll raise the black flag to get this film. Or you can raise the flag. Oh, that would be Doctor Who. Grand Potato for $4.99. Pedro was confused by his script. It wasn't full of intense signing, and this is the way. He also was confused, like us, as to why he was cast as Reed. Yeah, we're confused too. Hodor for $5. Hey, get a pic of the Terminator from T2 and put it next door. A lot of people have on Twitter already. A lot of people have on Twitter. A lot. I've been watching. I've been watching you guys for a long time, and I love y'all. I saw you're going to be in Sedona soon. Come to my coffee shop, Cuptown. Coffee and pastries are on me. Oh, shit, Nick. We couldn't get anywhere near the town because of the traffic, but we'll be back, Nick. Thank you for the $19.99. We appreciate it. I was at the conference, and I really didn't leave the conference. We went hotel to conference and stayed there all day. How often do you get to see Graham Hancock talk for hours? Not just, it's usually like an hour and a half or 2 hours. We got 2 full days of that. We got Michael Collins from Wandering Wolf, Jimmy from Bright Insight, Randall Carlson were all there speaking. It was fucking fantastic. It was great. Quagmire 13 for $5. Just a few weeks away from getting my CDL that I can finally send $100 super chat. It's coming, boys, for all you guys. Dude, $5 is fine. Just watching is fine. It's all good. Thank you. Thank you for participating. Thank you for watching. Double D bits for $1.99. Silver Surfer, smash or pass? Pass. I mean, like, what? There's nowhere to smash. It's all covered in silver. Panda 26 for $5. Just wanted to send on behalf of Jeremy from the Quartering that he owns you and stay a line or else. I got fired. Some bitch. My Fantastic Four prediction. Galactus is about to defeat them. Sue says, don't hurt my baby. Shalabal hears this, thinks of a child she lost, changes sides, and sacrifices herself to save Earth. The end. I think the sacrificing herself to save the Earth and dying at the end might be a thing. So they can introduce Andor and Rad later. It's such a stupid move. Fuck that. Marvel hates big hoots. They do. T Stoney for $10. Ryan Kinno likes the fatties for $5. Daredevil Born Again is the MCU's Obi-Wan Kenobi show, bringing back 2 fan favorite characters with lame material to make them extremely frustrating shows. That's a great analogy. I like that. Props to Garrett Shirt, says Broken Ovaltine Window for $5. Deadpool Kid for $5. Disney Marvel unfortunately discovered Rule 63. Hopefully they won't find Rule 34. Oh, wait. Bardos for $4.99. I went in to this month's ago thinking if they treat Norn Rad with respect, I will give it a chance. I hope they go out of business. Yeah, I'm not particularly happy with any of that. Hang on a second. There we go. Bump, 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 bump. Okay. My stomach's growling. You might be able to hear that. I haven't ate today. But I will. Then I got to go work out. Then I got to fucking finish watching Andor. Disney. I read that one. I read that one too. The biggest crime was to retcon Silver Surfer's story and sacrifice. This really is Shalabal. If this is Silver Surfer, then it's just a gender swap. Yep. That means Norn Rad is back on Zenlaw. How fucking stupid. Kaylee for $10. My issue with the Fantastic Four are supposed to be a family, but from this trailer, they don't feel like a family. They feel like a non-existent chemistry between the four actors. Yeah, I'm very curious to see what the chemistry is between Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby. My rare $20 super chat to honor another of your FNT high marks. Congrats, guys and gals, on a 350th episode. That's right. Always a pleasure and an inspiration. Take care. Stay strong, says the chat. Thank you for putting the hat around and acknowledging our 350th episode. We are closing in on a year worth of Fridays. That's 365 to you and me. We're not counting leap years. That's a year worth of Fridays. That's crazy. That is crazy. High Q for £5 The new FF trailer. I don't understand why they didn't go with Nova. It would have worked better. Yeah, Frankie Ray. Just use Nova. That's all you had to do. It wouldn't have been my favorite decision, but it would have been a better decision. An acceptable decision. But no, they had to gender swap Silver Surfer because of ideology. Fuck them. They've learned nothing. Corrigan for 14 Zardozes. Jeremy loves Trump so much, his lips are orange. Super nerdy question, but does Galactus eat the Celestials inside the planets he consumes? He can, yes, because they're dormant. They're kind of dormant. So it's like eating an egg. But that might, I don't know, like, will they address that? I doubt it. In this lore, in the MCU lore. Nova would have been hotter. Quarter Black's mic is 2 times volume at once. It is. Somebody's calling me. Fuck off. They're adamantium flavored now. They are. Just be a little, Well, there's nickel and iron at the like lots of metals. Lots of metals. There's a HasLab Galactus that comes with Nova and the Silver Surfer and Terrax. So it's you could have used. I remember Frankie Ray's first appearance. She's in Rise of the Silver Surfer. You know that, right? Not as Nova, but she's there. She's in the movie. Netflix has a good Korean action series called Bloodhounds. It's got a second season. Main villain is Rain from the movie Ninja Assassin. The series is better than Hollywood crap. Hail FNT. I'll check it out. Asian stuff. A lot of it is. Some of it sucks though. Shad, Snipes blade sword, practical or no? Snipes blade sword, practical or no? He'll have to answer that. Stoned yesterday at work and about had an aneurysm trying to stop from cheesing when Ryan ranted about the deaf dumb Uber driver. Never change, Ryan. Yeah, that was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. Was Ryan always 0% eyebrows? Wasn't that like 3% eyebrows? Gary's jacket looks like it's inside out. I like it. Ryan and Jeremy both took off their eyebrows before they started working at Geeks and Gamers. They reapply them when the show's over, but they figured out it'd be like me shaving my beard. You know what I mean? It'd be too alarming. So yeah, sometimes they share eyebrows. They switch them. They're a cute couple. Shad, have you seen the movie The Deluge? I think it is also called Potop It's Polish. It's a phenomenal saber duel. Was wondering, so it's a sword fight. It's about sword fighting. Shad is an expert on sword fighting. Via idiot. Was wondering what you thought about it. I'll ask him. Simon Ho for 5 Canadian pesos. Wendy's should sponsor the Blue Balls Origin Space Program and send rich liberal women into space and leave them there. Missed opportunity, silicon in space. Silicon in space. Well, they'll never die. Looking good in that suit, Gary. Q Bond music. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. My name is Erotic. Nerdrotic. Grandmaster of Izalith for $5. Hail to the panel. As a recent FSU grad, I want to shout out brave students and officers who saved lives yesterday. Knowles are strong, and we're nerds. Yeah, there was a shooting. A couple of guys died, but there was a shooting by some fucking whack job. And his mom was a sheriff, and he used her gun. Yeah, I don't know what happened with that, but yeah, it's terrible. Who would you put in charge of the planet of incels? I think we were asked this. Somebody came up with a good answer. Oh, yeah. Somebody asked this on Real BBC, and Mahler answered the dude from Organized Chaos. I was going to say Andrew Tate, but I think the dude from Organized Chaos probably. I mean, Andrew Tate's not an incel. I know he gets laid a lot. He tells us every day. I'm just not a fan of the manosphere. Not a big fan of the manosphere. Any chance Jeremy Johns comes on FNT? I don't think Jeremy Johns, I've talked to him and he's very nice. I don't think he does live streams anymore, and I completely understand. I mean, I'll ask him, but he'd probably say no, and I don't want to speak for him, but I want to potentially defend a decision that he may or may not have made. So it's based on speculation, but I'm guessing he has kind of ended the whole collaboration thing because he did it for a long time and suffered a lot of consequences from it, but came out unscathed. And the reason he came out unscathed from being around mostly, not all, Shep was cool, RMB's cool, Chris Gore's cool. A lot of those people are not. They're not. They're scheming, backstabbing Fs, just like in Hollywood, just like in any sphere. The reason he came out of it with his integrity is because he's honest. He's honest and didn't get in the dirt and didn't get in the stupid fights. And all he wants to do is make his videos and review movies. I respect the hell out of that. I like Jeremy Johns a lot. I think he's a really nice guy. He's the same guy you see in the video. He's always welcome on Friday Night Tights whenever he wants. Whenever he wants. I'll give him the keys to the castle. He's a good dude. Would he get blowback? Maybe not like before. I think if he came on a couple years ago, he'd get blowback, but things are different now. So he'd still get some, but I don't think anybody would really give a shit. And the people who care, his review of Am I Racist got him a lot of shit. I don't think it would be bad as that. No, I think it'd be fine. Don't you think it'd be fine on FNT? I think it'd be fine. You'd have a good time. I loved Born Again. Hey, that's okay. See, I'm not here's the difference, Agent XK for $1.99. You're welcome here. Your opinion is welcome here. I will respectfully disagree. I will not ask for you to be silenced or taken off the internet because you disagree with me. Because that's fucking gay. That's as gay as 4 guys fucking 5 guys or 5 guys fucking 4 guys. You do the math. Or for $2. That's all he says is or. It's actually or like iron ore, as in ore. Blaine Marshall for $4.99. Hey, everyone. If you were writing and directing the next Star Wars movie, what would you make? I mean, this is a question for Ryan, because he could probably draw on his great experience for the EU and adapt something out of that. I didn't read these books, but again, this is a question for Ryan. Ryan can fill in the blanks here, but there is a series of books where they deal with an outside force outside of the galaxy. I would take it outside of the galaxy. I would actually have the galaxy, at least for a while. I mean, it's not perfectly at peace because nothing will ever be perfectly at peace. And I would, okay, here's how I would do it. Pick some future era away from the Skywalker saga. Are there going to be some recognizable things? Maybe some ships. There'll be lightsabers. There'll be Jedi. But I would pick a time where there is an uncomfortable peace. This might sound familiar, but I don't care. There's an uncomfortable peace. The new republic has become the new old republic, and there's a little bit of corruption has seeped in, but it's not like the empire's not fucking returning. Okay. The empire's not returning, and the Sith are gone. The Sith are just fucking gone. But what you have is a new republic, maybe a little bit on decline, a little bit on the decline. And you have systems that definitely don't get along. And some are actually fighting each other in little skirmishes. But they are forced to unite. Bitter enemies are forced to unite. Maybe you want to include the Sith. Maybe you do. That's up to you guys. Bitter enemies are forced to unite from an outside force. So think what could have been in A Song of Ice and Fire, which, by the way, I don't know for a fact. Ryan would have to correct me. Like the outside force, I can't remember what they're called. I don't know if that predates A Song of Ice and Fire or not. But it's not like the concept's always been there. So you have squabbling people, something way worse comes around, bitter enemies have to fucking team up to fight the way worse thing. That's what I'd do. Maybe it's something that ultimately unites the Sith and the Jedi. I don't fucking know. That sounds too definitive with that. I would just have them working together, maybe a little bit. The EU did it like 1,000 different ways, but I'm just like, you asked me, so I'm throwing it out there. That's what I'd like to see. That's it, as a former Star Wars fan, I would like to see that. That would be fucking cool, I think. Getting to see you all at the meetup last night was really awesome. I'm halfway through my trip back to Idaho. Oh, I remember meeting you. You were from Idaho, your own private Idaho. Y'all remember the joke that ends in the punchline, Idaho, you the pimp. I hope you enjoy the helmet. See you guys next year. Oh, he's the one who got Ryan the helmet. There you go. Hail from North Carolina, or from what's NC? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Why did I say North Carolina? My bad. I see NCSD. Hail from North County, San Diego, my old stomping grounds. Saw Accountant 2 early on Tuesday night, and it was good. The gunplay was great, and so was the action. Funny humor. Bernthal and Affleck are awesome duo. Also, Warfare and IMAX was legendary. Yeah, I'm going to see Warfare this weekend, and I will definitely see The Accountant too. TJ Jordan for $10. I rewatched the Magnificent Seven remake and was surprised to find that it actually did diversity right. Goes to show that it can be done as long as it's done long before these activists show up. Yeah, dude, it always can. Like the early Expanse was diversity done 100% right. And I want emphasize the emphases of the emphasize early Expanse, where they treated all the factions pretty equally. There's good and bad in all of them. So there was the Mars militaristic faction. There was the old Earth Guard that was waning, run by basically the United Nations with massive incompetence and Most of the population was on a thing called basic, and Earth was miserable. And then there was the people who mined on the belt, who became basically their own race of people because they could no longer come down the gravity well because they were raised in space. So they became like very tall and thin, not long lifespans. And they were caught in between Mars, which is basically the military of Earth, or a big portion of the military of Earth broke off and Mars made their own system, which is very disciplined and militaristic with a common goal. And it was really done well. Then you had people who just were caught in the middle. Yeah, diversity was done right in that. I would argue it was done right in Ronald D. Moore's Battlestar Galactica too. But then it's not like, it's just, we hired good actors and we set out to do, in Battlestar Galactica, they definitely set out to like make Boomer an Asian chick. I mean, she didn't hurt that she was really hot. So there you go. But when you just have best people in mind, that usually works the best, in my opinion. And I don't know, with original stories, you're way freer to do that. Can't wait to watch Harry Potter and the Society of Magical Negroes. Wigdin Bronus for $1.99. What was the Punisher's intentions at the end? At the end of killing all the cops? At the end of Born Again, what were his intentions? Maybe to infiltrate, but then he escapes. I think he was just going in to kill all the cops because they were using his logo and they were bad. What will you guys be checking out? The Sphere. I saw a little bit of it. Watch Postcards from Earth this week, and it was amazing. I haven't gotten into the Sphere yet. I will eventually. Jimmy Ring's Halo for 28 Days Later trailer is out. Yes, and it still looks kind of good to me. TJ Jordan for $5. Jeremy could be right about Interstellar being the only legit father-daughter movie. The only other films that come close are Taken and Armageddon. Yeah, I don't have a daughter, so I can't judge that. He might be right on that one. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Hey, Ryan, I have a message for you from your Uber driver. She said, yourself. Also, fuck, marry, kill. Kristen Molito, Rachel Brosnahan, and Vanessa Kirby. I don't want to kill anybody. I hate answering this. I'm married, but I'd probably Rachel Brosnahan would be the fuck, and Vanessa Kirby. I think you could settle in with her. Could. That's just a suggestion for you guys, not for me. Hot Grape Studio for $10. Hail to the fellowship. It was great to see some of you in Vegas last night. I drove 5 hours there and 5 hours back, all in one night just for this. Oh, hail to you. Hail to you. I'm back on X now. Read my comic, nerds. That is Hot Grapes Studios. Hail, brother. Random question. Could Blockbuster have survived if the company had become streaming service back in 2009, 2010? Yes. Yes. In some way, they could have survived. Fucking, did you hear what Netflix came out and said, guys? Did you hear what Netflix came out and said? To be fair, some people couldn't get a hold of a PS5 for $2. I mean, you could. Okay, you're talking about like for sticker price or retail price. You're right. It's because all the scalpers bought them up, but that was, whether it was smart or not, they're creating demand. They can now. I think what affected the PS5, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, is there was a chip shortage, right? So that did affect it during COVID, right? Am I wrong? Right on that one? But there's no chip shortages now. There's no supply line fuck ups now. There's tariffs, but you can still make shit. But yeah, And you know what? I did. Somebody gifted me one, and I actually use it. I'm a PlayStation guy. My kids had an Xbox. I've never had an Xbox. Like my kids have had one, but I've never had one. And they might be better. I don't fucking know. I like playing on PCs. When I do occasionally game, I am a PC gamer. Meta PCs. Meta PCs use discount code Nerdrotic, or you can get Nerdrotic build. Looks like I was right not to watch Daredevil. There you go. Oh, sorry. To go back to that. Did you guys hear what Ted Sarandos said? I mean, they don't even give a fuck anymore. Netflix just fucking whipped their dick out on the table and like pissed. They're all, we're not killing Hollywood. We're saving Hollywood. And the people have clearly spoken. They don't really like the theater experience anymore. They prefer it at home. That's essentially what he said. I am paraphrasing a little bit, but that's what he said. In other words, fuck the theaters. Now, I would disagree with that sentiment. I would say you still need them. There will be a time where they're dead and they'll be artisanal. Like that's just the fact. It's going that way. And I like the theater experience. I like going, but I'll tell you what I hate. You know what I fucking hate? Going to the theater and seeing like Pfizer commercials or the government or my local government recruiting for juvenile hall or some shit like that, or trying to push some diversity fucking PBS fucking public service ads for 15 fucking minutes, and then I get a Pepsi commercial and a fucking insurance commercial. Then I get trailers of like all that shit, and I understand the theaters need that shit. So at least if you call the theater, listen, it's pretty much across the board. If you go to see a 6:45 movie, your movie will not start until about 7:10 or 7:15. And there's no reason to fucking sit through that shit anymore. And dude, drive-ins used to be fun. You'd have your cartoon, you'd have your fucking trailers, and now I don't want to see any of that shit. I don't. So you just have to keep in mind that if I'm going to buy a ticket for a 6:30 movie, the movie's starting at 7, and just show up then. But dude, I mean, and I know not everybody has this, but you know, I've got an Atmos system and a projector and a screen, and unless it's IMAX, my shit holds up just fine here. Now, IMAX is a good experience. It's a very good experience. But man, sitting through all that fucking shit. I mean, like at least here in Texas, you don't have to pay for parking, right? So I roll up. There's a parking spot. Like when I was in San Francisco, you had to plan out an hour ahead. Like, okay, I'm going to go to this parking garage, and this parking garage is going to cost anywhere from $15 to $20 an hour on peak weekend nights. Then I'm going to go in the Metreon. Then I have to go run by a bunch of fucking homeless people, or I got to go to a parking garage that's 3 blocks away. It's fucking, and then by the end of your night, if you took a family of 4, which I did often, to the Sony Metreon back in the day, and this was 10 years ago, I'm dropping $150 just on parking and tickets and maybe some snacks that we snuck in. We always went to the Walgreens, just got something there and snuck in our shit. It's still $150. So, you know, Hollywood did it to themselves. If Hollywood made better movies, Netflix wouldn't be the fucking king right now. And Netflix makes shit. They make absolute shit. Once in a while, they pop out something good, but most of it is just, it's the trash section of Blockbuster back in the day. Right? Dude, when Madam Web, and now this is their numbers, gets 16 million views, and God bless it, Madam Web is my favorite bad movie. After that trailer, I had to go back and reread the Into the Time stream from Walt Simonson's Fantastic Four run. Reed is absolute boss in that story. Oh, it's such a good one. Seriously, I am very tired of this DEI woke nonsense. I miss the days when it wasn't even a thing. Whoever started it must be a miserable person. There's a lot of miserable people who started it. And we're still going to deal with it, but it's like, it's the year of slop. It's the year of slop. Do full season Penguin be main channel review. I could do like a retrospective on it, but that'd be a lot of work. I could. I'm floating around some ideas right now. Kind of quiet now. Like last week was could have been a great week of making videos, but I was on the road, so I did what I could. But yeah, kind of quiet this week. I'm not going to talk about fucking Kathleen Kennedy again. I'm not going to talk about rape and Andor because I haven't seen the fucking episode yet. I haven't seen the context, and quite frankly, I don't want to do an entire video on rape. Looks like I was right not to watch Daredevil. You were right, TJ Jordan. For Gel for 3 for $10. You know what? Hang on, I'll read this and I'll tell you what we're planning. If WB really wants to make the Harry Potter show accurate to modern day, they should change the name of the killing curse from Avada Kedavra to Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar. Bar. That's actually a good one. That's actually a good one. Why does female Silver Surfer have teeth, eyeliner, and horrendous Jamie Lee Curtis True Lies haircut? Sorry. It feels like I'm taking crazy pills. You're not, DJ. You're not. All right. So, in the meantime, while we've got like kind of a lull, I'm going to probably do a video this weekend for Monday and maybe hopefully have one to you Wednesday. But I think this week, I'm just going to catch up on Andor, and Garrett is going to work on our part 2 of the rise and fall of the MCU, the Disney Plus shows. Because we did part 1. We were going to do it all in one. And it was, Garrett, if you're out there, how long was it? 7 hours? Now, Mahler would go, that's nothing. But, yeah, we were going to do the rise and fall of the MCU with movies and the TV shows all together, and it was 7 hours. So we're like, let's make 2 parts. We'll do movies first, and we'll do the Disney Plus series second. So it's time to do D Plus. So I think Garrett will throw that together, and maybe we can have it out by the weekend. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. You out there, Garrett? What you doing? Going to Normal World today? What's today? Thursday? Oh, no, he recorded 2 episodes last week. Oh, am I not supposed to say that? Yeah. It's totally live. Unrecorded. Hail Quarter Black Garrett, by the way. We love QBG. I should do a Sydney Sweeney retrospective. Sure. On how we got a year of thumbnails and just go over the thumbnails. Nope. It's April. April's hit and miss for YouTube. Always has been. Kind of like January. It's been a fucking horrible month for just movies. I mean, it's just, I think Sinners benefited from just there being a drought. I think if they had released that in the middle of summer, it might have gotten overlooked and people who saw it go, that's good. But the fact that it did so well, and it's up against like competition, but not within its realm. Like a Minecraft movie is still doing well. I mean, it feels like the conversation has died out. So maybe the Minecraft movie will be just like the Mario movie where like, it's all right. Made $1 billion and be forgotten. Kind of like your average Avatar movie, but we'll see. We'll see. We will see. The thumbnails are still happening, by the way. You're right. They have not gone away. It was a year ago, almost this month, Lord Thoth. I did a Civil War review. And we're like, man, what are we going to put on the thumbnail? And I'm like, Sydney Sweeney for my Alex Garland Civil War review. I fucking didn't like that movie at all. But I am looking forward to Warfare. Daredevil Born Again should have ended with Matt confronting Bullseye and getting answers about Foggy. They could have at least serve a lead into the battle with a Fisk in season 2. Yes, it just stops. It doesn't even end. Instead, the final fight scene goes to the Punisher, who only made one appearance before this. This show was just a bunch of detours that went nowhere and set up without payoffs. Great description. Don't be hasty for $10. Brilliant description. Listening from Japan this week and next week, James the Mando for $2. Domo arigato, Mr. Rabato, Toyota Suzuki, Mitsubishi. Dearly beloved chat, we are gathered here today to celebrate this thing called life. Hail, congrats to the newlyweds couple. Let's go crazy. R.I.P. Prince. I fucking love that song. Trish Page for $20. We love you too, Trish. I wish Az was alive to meet ups at sport events. Sonny Hardy's going to be at the next one, whether he likes it or not. And you never know. Az might be back on FNT. We might resurrect him, or it might be his ghost or zombie Az. Or it's just Terrence Von Higginbottom. Philip Poole for $5. When I hear the female Silver Surfer in the new trailer, I think of Ruth from Ozark when she says, I don't know shit about fuck. Mechanism Studios for $5. Is it okay to promote stuff in Yes, of course. It's okay to promote stuff in the chat. I don't care. Just don't spam. Just don't spam. That's all I ask. I've released a couple of songs. I didn't want to be cringe, not asking first. Mechanism Studios, go check out his songs, please. And it's okay. You're all there to talk to each other, and talking about your work is totally okay. Just don't spam. Calling me an asshole is okay. Just don't spam. Mark of Reality for 50. I made it to Orlando in February, but I missed Vegas. Had too much work to do. Are you having any other meetups this year? Anyway, love the show. Hail the 199. Hail the fellowship. And hail the chat. Yes, there are meetups. We don't have details yet, as of yet, because I just got back from one. But yes, there will be future meetups. And a book signings, I'm thinking. Voraxelon for 20 says, I'd adore a chance to karaoke with you folks. Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, Live, Sheepdogs, Seven Mary 3, The Urge, King Gizzard, and The Lizard Wizard. The Toadies, one of the greatest bands of all time. Good taste of music there, Voraxelon. Thank you. All right, that wraps it up. Oh, wait, no, one more. Gamer Crusader. Happy Good Friday, everyone. Have you had a chance to show Hollywood that there is demand for good, wholesome Christian content? There is. Go see King of Kings. God bless you all. Christ is King of Nerddom 2. There you go. We have some member chats to read. Berg Flicka has gifted 5 Nerdrotic Live memberships. Thank you. Enigma CLT is a new member. Iron Oxide is a new member. It's great seeing you, brother. We'll be back in Vegas again for like non-meetup purposes. We're just going to go out, me and the wife, and just hang. We'll hit you up. Go out to dinner. Bionic Sasquatch is a new member. Hail. Lance Uppercut 37, a member for 2 months, says, like I told my last wife, I says, honey, I never drive faster than I can see. Besides, it's all in the reflexes. Great. That is in my top 5 movies of all time. Melodic Method, who has been a member for 8 months. Thank you. Gary, what's a good way to get started with comics of Constantine? Is there an omnibus you would recommend? Do they have a Constantine omnibus? They probably do. Hang on. And is there an absolute one? There's a Hellblazer collection. Let me see this. So the cheapest way now, Constantine Omnibus. I haven't been selling comics in a while, so yeah, there's a volume 1. So okay, that's good. That's good. Oh, it came out last year. All right. So, John Constantine Hellblazer, Omnibus Volume 1, I would start there. But if you really want to start at the beginnings, you got to read Sandman. You got to read Alan Moore's Swamp Thing. That's kind of your beginnings. But the Saga, the Swamp Thing, which features Constantine's first appearance, and then you could go into Sandman if you want, by Neil Gaiman, who's in a lot of trouble these days. But the Hellblazer comic is fucking great. So that's what you want to get. The Hellblazer Omnibus Volume 1. It looks like there's going to be another one. And it looks like it just came out last year. Is that right, chat? Well, obviously, I didn't listen to my mom. Vertigo is one of my blank spots. Vertigo's hit and miss. Like the Hellblazer comic is great. So that's one of the rare comic books I own all the trade paperbacks for because I read them so much. And what happened was I couldn't find them in my comic collection. I know it's very bad. But so I just got the trade paperbacks used over time, and I have all the volumes. They're in my gaming room. Yes, I have a gaming room. I'll show it to you someday. And yeah, they're all there. They're all there. I do have two moms, and both of them told me to stop. And I went double blind. I do have two moms, and they're not lesbians. But absolutely read Hellblazer. Good stuff. Ryan is a new member. Thank you for joining us. One Way Out. You need to watch that episode. All right. Hail, Gary. I know I've slowly convinced my folks to move out of California. They're the only reason I'm still here, and they're finally considering Arizona. Demi Moore's tapeworm. Oh, good. Arizona's a good state. Good state. Sedona's freaking rad. Lots of crystal hippies, but rad. I'll tell you what I text Garrett. I probably shouldn't. But I'm like, yeah, just meet us in the parking lot at the Sedona place. Just leave your shit in the car because none of it's going to get stolen here. And you know the reason why. I have a short 5-minute video on the news about Coogler's X-Files. Okay, I want to get back to that. I will check it out. It doesn't sound like it's going to be a reboot, though. It'll be a continuation. And that's probably what they should do with new characters, as long as Coogler doesn't lean into racism. Now, if he really leans, because I think this is a great time to make the X-Files. If you want to start leaning into the potential of oligarchies and not the fucking Bernie Sanders type, the one we just lived through the last 4 years, because that was oligarchy, by the way. The potential of threat of AI and weaponry and vast government conspiracies to create, I don't know, pandemics. There's a lot of shit you could explore from just the last 4 years if you were brave enough to do it and not toe the state company line. Will Ryan Coogler do this? I mean, obviously, Chris Carter has to be involved somehow, probably as an EP. But ultimately, bottom line, make something new. Don't go back to the X-Files. Make something new. The X-Files is Mulder and Scully. It's Mulder and Scully. It's Scully and Mulder. That's what the X-Files is. We liked all the other stuff, but we liked the characters of Mulder and Scully. And that's why we followed these two characters for many seasons. Get into their adventures. We like Skinner, too. We like Skinner. We like the lone gunman. But it was a character-driven piece. That's what it was. It was great subject matter, but a character-driven piece. Can Ryan Coogler introduce a new Scully and Mulder that would be just as engaging? I'm pressing X to doubt, but we'll see. All right. We out of here, folks. Wait. Okay. Smoking Man was fucking awesome too. And are they going to bring him back? Like, are they going to trot him out again? He's died twice. Yeah, it'll be Malcolm X Files. I don't need a Malcolm X Files. I just need an X Files. Yes, William Davis is still alive. He's on Facebook. He posts once in a while. Yes. All right. Yeah, it'll be the Vapor Man. The Vapor Man. Oh man. Okay. So, all right. Well, I'll be back tomorrow for FNT with Robot Head. I will have watched on and Andor, as Beardo says, Andor. Andor. Thanks to the Modrotics. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat and donation. You help keep the lights on. Yeah. We're gonna keep at it. I'm now a bachelor for the next God knows how long, a month. So I'm gonna have nothing to do but make videos. So shit's coming out soon. Right after I'm done watching Andor. Fucking Andor. Which I'm not impressed with. Okay, I'm just gonna be real. It's technically well put together. It lacks any kind of heart or soul or characters I truly give a fuck about. That could change, but we'll see. I'm being as fair. Well, I'm always fair. Andor. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Thanks to the Modrotics. Thanks to everyone who left super chat donation. You help keep the lights on. We will see you next time. Ciao, Bella.